Hi guys, welcome to the Knitting Den. This is episode number 172, I think, and today is Tuesday, October 6th. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, lovely and sunny here, but a little cool. And when I say here, I mean Colorado for anyone tuning in for the first time. If you are tuning in for the first time, welcome and thanks for joining us. My name's Denise and I'm also known as Knitting Den on Ravelry and Instagram. To everyone else that's joining me again, welcome back guys. I did not record last week, I'm so sorry. I really didn't have anything to share with you guys. And I hate to say this, but over the next few weeks I might have to go down to recording every 2 weeks, every fortnight. It depends if I get knitting done or something finished or I have quite a bit to share with you. It'll be a weekly basis, of course, but if I've got no knitting, which is kind of like today, if you don't see a podcast the following week, then just know everything's okay. I'm just kind of waiting until I've got a little bit more to share. So with that, oh there's my nose getting itchy. I want to welcome two new people to the group. That is our Ravelry group, the Knitting Den podcast, I think it's called, or just the Knitting Den, I don't know now. But we have a Ravelry group if you want to go ahead and join it, check over there. I want to say hi to Christian, Crochet Knit Chris in the Netherlands. Hi Christian, I hope I'm saying that right. And Lady Bow Hunter WT, who is Linda in Kentucky. Hi Linda, thank you guys for leaving an introduction and saying hello to me and to the group. So yeah, oh my gosh, not a lot to show you guys. So before I do show you anything, what have I written down? A couple of notes about what have I done in the past couple of weeks. Well, first, I hope you've all had a great week. We're in October. Can you believe we're into October? This is crazy. We had one of the hottest Septembers, I think, on record. We were hitting high 80s and 90s quite a few days last month. Last week was still nice. As I said, it's sunny, but today is only going to be 67. And I think the rest of the week we're going to be cooler, like I think low 70s. So really does feel like fall is here. I hope we get a longer fall. I hope, because sometimes we get snow at the end of October. But I hope we don't, and I hope we see a good few weeks of this kind of weather. And, waiting for the tree to turn. Now, I did mention, I don't know if you'll see it or if I have to go over to it. Look, there's not much difference in the tree. There's not a lot of red in there yet, so I will keep trying to, I'll keep trying to remember to show you, the colours changing. And I know, and it's not started yet either, up on the mountain there, Bell Mountain, that gets gorgeous colours on it, but it's not quite there yet either. So, but anyway, it's a wonderful time of year. I love this time of year. I love going into fall and then of course building up to the holidays, as we call it over here in the US. In England the holidays are usually during the summer and it's when you take a vacation. But so Christmas, the holidays, whatever you like to call them, I love it. But I'm not talking about Christmas much this year because the weather's been so hot. But anyway, other than that, other than the fact we're into October, which is my birthday month, by the way, and Pinktober, but I'll get to that in a minute. Last night, I'm stumbling over my words. Last night I went to another fitness class at the rec centre. I don't know if I mentioned the last time I recorded. I know I've been, talking on Facebook about the things I'm doing, posting a lot more over there, obviously. But I tried the other week Zumba classes. I tried 2, and they were really good. They're 60 minutes long, and that is a lot of cardio, I have to tell you, which I don't like. I don't like cardio, but it's good for me because there's no way I would ever do 60 minutes, you know, in the house. I'd give up after 20, I'm sure. But last night I actually tried another class. I've done this many years ago, but not for years. It's called Body Pump. Some of you might do it. And it's where you use weights to music. It's quite a fast beaty class, you know. You're doing weights, you're standing up, lifting a bar with the weights on the ends. And then you lay down on a bench and you'll do, you know, overhead and chest. It's really good. So that was another 60 minutes. So I'm quite proud of myself for hanging on in there and making it through 60 minutes of that kind of class. It was a killer, I have to say it. But it was fun. And you know, if you're not tuning in for the first time, doesn't make sense. If you are regular to the podcast, you'll know that I'm on a fitness journey. I'm on a new lifestyle, and I'm just amazed at the energy I've got for these classes. I feel fabulous. I think it's great. I'm having fun with them too. So, yeah. Sorry about. Looks like dishwater. It's murky. I'm just having. I have fizzy, club soda water, and then I put lemon juice in it. So it kind of looks murky, but I like it. And other than that, I just wanted to mention. Last week, Kristen had her first high school choir performance, and oh wow, what a difference that is to middle school. It was really good, and what I love about that is they have a proper stage or what would you call it? It looks like a movie theatre. I mean, the seating is, you know, all staggered, so you can see your children on the stage, not like middle school where you're all on the same level and on little metal chairs, folded up metal chairs. But it was really nice. They did great and they sounded wonderful. And because it's high school, you've got the freshmen, the young kids just starting this year, singing, all the way up to nearly college kids, you know. So, I mean, a little bit more mature and in the voices and in the performances. So it was really entertaining. It was fabulous. Anyway, let's move on to the one and only thing I have to show you knitting-wise. I do have some yarn to show you, but it's not on the needles. What is on the needles, and I am going at it full force now, guys. I'm nearly there. I didn't bring the book, because I have mentioned this a few weeks in a row. This is the for hanging leaves, hanging leaves shawl from the Botanical Knits book, number 2 by Alana Dakos. And look at that! You can't see the leaves because it's folding over, but I've got this much done. Here are, without dropping stitches off my needles, here are the leaves. Look, it's going to need a good blocking. There is like 44 leaves on this thing. So, now that I've done a few, I thought it was going to take me a long time to do each leaf, because you haven't to, you know, there's only, well, what, up to, I don't know how many stitches, but there's only this much, and then you knit that row and you turn it around and you purl or knit the next row. So you're going backwards and forwards really fast. But now that I've done that many, I can do it from memory, so it's going a lot faster even. But I've got, you know, all of these stitches, each stitch here is a leaf, so I may still have half of it to go. I may have about 20 leaves. But this is the reason I don't have anything else to share with you, because I am determined to get this off the needles, and I may well do it before next week. And if I do it before next week, I will record, even if this is all I've got to show you. If it's still on the needles and it's not blocked or anything, then I may go to the following week. I just can't believe shawls take me so long, but once you're near the end, that's when you get your momentum and you know, you want to keep picking it up. So I'll not go into details about the yarn. I've done that in the past couple of times. So I will mention it when I show you it next, which will hopefully be in its completion and fully blocked. And I've still got it in my Rainstorm Studios bag from Christine, by Christine I should say, Rainstorm Studios on Etsy. I do have, because that's all the knitting is, I'm going to jump into show and tell, but I'm going to have to go get the yarn I'm going to show you. So hold on. I had a trip down to my yarn store yesterday, and this, believe it or not, this purchase is for a custom order. I don't know why I said yes, but I have agreed to knit a friend a sweater for her son in red and white stripes so that it looks like a Waldo sweater. And if you live over here, you probably know where I'm talking about. Where's Waldo? And it's this, if you don't know in England or anywhere else, you'll have to Google it, but it's this character. I don't know if he's a cartoon character. I mean, he's drawn like a cartoon. I'm not sure if he's had a real movie, like real people taking him on. I don't know if that actually happened. I know he's got books, Where's Waldo, and I think the kids have to find him on the page. I'm not sure. I've never read them, and I don't really know much about him other than I know what he looks like. So I took a trip down to my Larnell York store, local yarn store yesterday, and I decided on just the simple Barocco vintage, which is great for sweaters. I love knitting with this, although hubby's cardigan, I think I mentioned once I got it finished, was pilling a lot on the sleeves. I think it was because of the texture of the pattern. This is obviously just going to be stocking stitch, and I've seen sweaters knit up like that and they seem to wear really well and they don't have the pilling, so I'm hoping that's the case with this one. So this looks kind of cream, but it's white. It still looks cream to me. I think when you go outside, it's what's it? Is it got a colour on it? You know what? I think this is cream. I guess it would still work. Do you think that would still work? It doesn't have to be bright white, does it? I think that would look better than bright white. It's the Mochi, M-O-C-H-I. I'm sure, I think of that as cream. I did that with the grey and a pink with the Colour Affection shawl. I used that colour then. So, that is my show and tell. I'm going to have to get a move on. It's not for Halloween. I told her I just can't commit to that. That's too much pressure. But I will have to get on, wind up a few skeins and check the gauge. And when I say her son, I'm not talking about a toddler or a young kid here. He's a grown adult and he has a 49-inch chest. I don't know what I was thinking. I think all I was thinking was, oh yeah, a stripy sweater, that'll be just so easy, you know, knit, purl, purl, row. So as I said, I agreed and said, I'll make one. What was I going to say about it? Oh, I am looking for, and I think I've found it, but I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to do a simple top-down raglan, and then obviously incorporate, you know, the stripes. If you have a pattern you would recommend for a man that size, simple raglan pattern to follow, let me know. Right now, as I said, I'm going to check gauge, but I'm just looking on. I haven't picked a pattern yet. I was looking on Ravelry, but I haven't got that far. But hopefully I'll find something pretty simple. Okay, so that is show and tell. And, yes, sorry, I keep wiping my bangs, still waiting for them to, you know, go behind the ears a bit. Okay, a little girly chatter. Seriously, there's nothing else to chat about for knitting. Let's back up, because I just looked at something. I have got something else to chat about. the knit along, Pinktober. Honestly, I've got a couple of prizes to show you guys. Pinktober, I haven't recorded since it started because I didn't record last week, and I think it was Tuesday, was Tuesday the 1st or Wednesday? Might have been Wednesday, the 1st of October. I did open a couple of threads in the Ravelry group, Pinktober Chatter and Pinktober Finished Objects Only. I have said, and I'm going to put this in the notes, I have said that I'll allow just one entry per person this year, but I think I'm going to change that. There is already a couple of finished objects in there, substantial ones, so I'm going to change the rules. You can enter more than once, but I don't want it to be lots and lots of tiny little entries. I'll only allow one small entry, say like the little toy I showed you, or a dishcloth. Anything else has to take longer than that, I should say. It should be not the size, it's how long it takes. I don't want people knitting a dishcloth in a day, every day for a month and getting 30 entries. It just doesn't seem fair to those that are knitting socks or, you know, shawls and stuff like that. So, you know, just use your common sense. One small object that didn't take very long, and then anything else that takes longer than that, acceptable. Socks, shawls, scarves, mittens, even hats, but not teeny baby hats. That's going to be classed as a small one. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to write that out and be like all specific about it. Just suffice to say, you can have more than one entry, only one little mini project allowed. As many big ones as you want. And to motivate you to finish off any project on a bigger scale, like the shawls or socks, things like that, you can enter something that was already on the needles before October 1st. If it's going to motivate you, get it finished, get it a picture taken, and you can enter that. Has to be obviously a finished object. But if it was on the needles before October 1st, I'm allowing it. Alright, hopefully all that makes sense. If you've got questions or you're not sure about what I just waffled on about, shoot me a PM or ask in the thread for this week's episode. Hold on. Oh. So I'm getting a bit dry there. So, a couple of prizes to show you, a couple to mention, and excuse me because my nose is itchy. And I've decided, well, I've got 3 prizes. I don't know how many prizes to do. I don't want to break the prizes down too small where I have to ship out 10 prizes. You know, cost-wise for shipping, it just gets a little crazy, especially if it's overseas, if the winner is overseas. So, I think I'm going to make bigger prizes, less of them, and then a couple of small ones that I don't have to ship out, but other ones I don't have to ship out all of them, and I'll tell you why in a second. Right now, I've got some lovely alpaca that was sent to me to donate to you guys, or to donate to the Pinktober, to give us a prize. And I've got 2 lovely purple ones. Now, I'm going to make that one big prize. Just in case you want to do something with 2 different colours in it. You know, like big chunky cowls or striped ones, I don't know. Or you could keep the colours separate, but some lucky winner is going to get all of those, the big 4 of them. And it is Baby Alpaca Grand by Plymouth Yarn. It's super soft, but you know where I'm like with alpaca. Itchy around my neck. I could totally wear it as a pair of gloves or something. But, So that's one prize. And from the same friend who sent these as prizes, I so wanted to keep this. I don't know where you got it, but I want it, but I'm giving it away. I have never ever heard of this yarn. You may have, and it is called Abracadabra. And it's yarn that changes pink in the sun. Have you ever heard of such a thing? When exposed to the sun. So, because I'm not in sunlight, look, it's cream. I'm going to take you over to the window and you're going to see this change colour. Seriously. Because the sun is shining through. So let me see. I might have to turn this off and carry it over there. Okay? So bear with me. Alright guys, I am in, as you can see, direct sunlight in front of the window. And I'm holding this with my hand. And here's the cream yarn. And I'm going to see, if it doesn't work, I'm going to take it outside. It's not working here. Let's walk outside. If this doesn't work, I don't know. I've seen it do this. I've held it up outside. I will try and keep it. Can you see a little hint of pink coming? I'm going to walk outside and I'll go in the sun over here. See if I can get the bright. Look, you can see it. And I'm trying to hold it up so it gets more light. It's pink, isn't it? Is that not just the craziest thing? And if you like spread it apart, you can see the cream that's not exposed to the light. I want some of this. I want some of this so bad. I'm going to have to start searching. I don't know if it comes in other colours. The longer I stand here, it's, you know, turning pinker. I don't know if it comes in other colours or if it is just a pink. And I'm looking a bit dark, so let's go get sat down. I'll turn this off and turn it back on again in a second. Alright. Oh, it's just, look at, you can see the difference. Look at that! It starts to lose its colour. You know, in less than a minute, it will go back to cream. As I said, there's the cream colour in there. Yeah, this is it's just crazy. I showed Kristen when we first got it, got it in the mail. Her eyes nearly popped out of her head when I said, look at that yarn. So, there is 4 skeins of this, and let me tell you a little. It is 35% superwash merino, 50% polypropylene, is that how you say that? And 15% nylon. There is, it's 50 grams, 100 yards in each, and there is 4 skeins. I can't imagine being outside wearing something knitted that's pink, and then when you walk indoors, you've got a cream top on or something. What are people going to think? They'll think they're going crazy, wouldn't they? But that is another, somebody's going to win that. A couple of other prizes. I was sent a message from Nuala, my friend in Ireland. Hi Nuala, if you're watching. I know she's a busy girl, but I think she eventually catches up with my podcast. She has kindly donated a skein of her wonderful hand-dyed yarn. She has the Etsy shop, and I've got it up here so you can see all the gorgeous colours. Her Etsy shop is called Dharma Dye Works, and I have bought some of her yarn, and I've been kindly gifted some from Nuala, and it's just gorgeous. I have not knit anything with it yet, but it's so gorgeous. I just like looking at it on my shelf. So what Nuala's going to do is, instead of shipping that over from Ireland to me, she's going to keep. Well, she's not even picked one. She's going to let the winner pick a skein from her shop, and she will ship it off to you. That way, if it's somebody that wins and they are in England, it makes sense to, you know, keep it there, keep it nearby, and ship it there, then send it all around the globe. And the other, I've been told by Kimberly, who is Sock Bunny on Ravelry. She has designed a couple of patterns, and if you remember, Yeah, have you got good memories? I did her bee leaf pie shawl, or half pie shawl. I haven't brought it up on the iPad, and I won't because this is going so slow. I mean, excuse me, it's rather old and it's kind of lagging, and so it's not very good. I do not want to keep you waiting. But Kimberly on Sock Bunny on Ravelry has a bee leaf half pie shawl. She's going to donate a copy of that pattern to a winner, and her other one, and I don't know if she's called it. It's the pattern, the hat pattern that's got the flamingos in it, colourway. I'll have to get the name of it. So I'm drawing a blank. I don't know if she just called it flamingo hat, or I think she gave it a special name. Can't remember now. But so I've got a couple of patterns to give away to you guys, and I haven't brought it with me. I showed that the last time. I showed the bag. Gosh, I'm stumbling over my words. I showed the bag that has the Union Jack on, you know, it was in pink. That is, I'm giving that away from Kiki Boo Bags, which is my Etsy store, but there is no bags in there right now, and I don't know when I will get bags in. I have been asked a few times if I'm going to be doing an update. I might try, but I'm not promising, to get a few little bags or any style, I don't know what style yet, for Halloween, because I know I've got some fun Halloween fabric, and possibly some Christmas fabric. I might try to do that. It's going to be a bit tricky because Kristen has decided that I'm making her Halloween costume again this year, and it includes sewing. So I just don't know yet. Alright, with all of that knit along, I was moving into girly chatter, wasn't I? A couple of things. I am getting really busy because of the Beachbody business. You know, I'm making it a business, so I am working, I'm putting a few hours into that, keeping in touch with people and doing challenge groups and everything. But I'll get into that in a second. But because I am finding, you know, so much to do during the day, Kelly, who is, I don't know if you're on a quest for fibre on Ravelry. I know she has a podcast, and is that called On a Quest for Fibre? Because I am so far behind with everybody. But anyway, Kelly mentioned to me yesterday when we were chatting about bullet journaling. Somebody else mentioned this to me a little while back. I'm going to look into it and start. I want to bullet journal more like just make notes. Every time something pops into my head, like, oh, I need to ask somebody such and such, I want to put it down next to a bullet. I must pick up this at the grocery store next time I'm out. I want to do that. I must send this package to such and such. I must send a birthday card to blah, blah. I kind of want to just make it like a to-do list, not necessarily to do in that particular day, but just get it down on paper, because if I don't, I keep forgetting things. I do use my planner, but not as well as I could do, and you know, sometimes it's not within reach. So what I'm planning on doing is a little notebook like this. Oh, it's cute. I'm going to keep this in my purse, or one like this, so that when I'm out and I think, oh, I must do such and such, I just think, oh, I must remember that when I get home. And I never remember. So I'm just looking at the clock to see how long I've been gone. So if it's in my purse with a pen, I'm going to write it. And then what I plan on doing is transferring whatever notes I've jotted down when I'm out of the house, transferring them to a bigger spiral book, you know, the A4 size, and keeping that with me all around the house. Or if it's on the counter and I'm upstairs, if I think of something, I literally must come straight down and write it on there. So I may actually carry it around the house with me. We'll see. But I don't know if any of you do bullet journaling. I know Kelly was starting to do that and she's finding it really helpful. I think there's more to it than just a to-do list. I think people can get right into it and almost use it like a journal and, you know, write other things down about what they've done that day. I think I'm gonna Google it and look at it. I know there's a website about it, and there's pictures on Pinterest. There's pictures of everything on Pinterest. So I thought I would try that out. And the other thing I wanted to chat about, and I feel like I'm lopsided, but maybe it's not. Where is it? I wrote it down. Okay. I found a site the other day, and you maybe's heard of this. I know my niece tried this in England. It is one of those websites where you can order fresh food that is delivered to you, and it's the ingredients you need to make specific meals. Have you heard of it? I've heard of a few. I came across this one the other day and I decided to give it a go. It's called Green Chef. So greenchef.com, you could check it out if you want, or if you want me to refer you, I can, because I might get, you know, a free meal from it, who knows. I haven't had a chance to look into any of that, but I did order 3 meals. You get, it's 3 meals a week, and you can opt for, like, for a couple or a family of 4, and I don't know what the other option is. I can't remember. But then you do have options of vegetarian, meat, seafood and vegetables. I think there might be a paleo one, or just meat and no veggies, something like that. You've got options. What you can't do is swap out your meals. You have to pick a vegetarian, or, you know, the carnivore, or the meat and the seafood, whatever, and see what's in there for that week. You can't say, oh, can I have that dish from vegetarian, can I have that dish, and I'll have that dish. You just have to pick a menu, and you will get sent the ingredients for those 3 meals. I didn't try to bring this up either, but I'll give it a go. If it's going to take too long, I'll not bother showing you. There it is. Just depends on how quickly it wants to load. But the reason I signed up is you get the first 3 meals. So this is for 2 people. Enough for 2 people for 3 meals. So, you know, the other days of the week you can either make your own, or you may be out somewhere and, you know, not need anything. I have a feeling I'll have leftovers, because after doing 21-day fix and portion control, I eat a lot less of the same types of things. I just know what kind of portions is, you know, good for me. I don't want to go back to like big portions. So I have a feeling there might be leftovers that I would have for lunch or at dinner the next night again. So this is the website. Hopefully it doesn't go off. It's Green Chef, and you can. Let's have a look. I'm going to get a menu up. You got the first. Well, this one is saying order 2 meals, get 4 free. But I actually got 6 of them free, which is, you know, 2 meals, 2 people, 3 meals, so that's 6 meals total. So 1 week's worth. I got that free, but I just had to pay $9 shipping when I signed up the other day. And here's what was on the menu. Things like this. So Mediterranean chicken, spice crusted steak. I had to opt out of the tuna because hubby doesn't like seafood, so I might do that another week when I, you know, fancy that for me, and I could have that, as I say, for dinner or lunch as well. Because I do like seafood, and that looked nice. Yellowfin tuna melt with lemon coleslaw, caper remoulade, and pickled shallots or shallots. I can't remember how you say that. I think they might have said shallots. Anyway, there's also you then can look at, you can send me these recipes. So you could. I haven't tried. I don't know if I have to be a member. Oh, I think you do still have to sign up to get the recipes. So you can kind of make that again yourself, you know, following the recipe. But what they're going to do is send me all of the ingredients. Here is a paleo-friendly menu for this week. As I said, it's based on per week. Paleo-friendly is chicken parmesan or parmesan. Say things different over home and over here. Salmon cakes and a Southwest lamb burger. Actually, that looks all good. A tomato basil sauce, roasted cauliflower and spinach with the chicken parmesan there. So you can change your menu. I can opt for a paleo-friendly menu the following week. This is a weekly basis, and it works out about, this is going to probably sound expensive, it's working out about $80 for 3 meals for the 2 of us. So $80 a week for these meals. That sounds expensive, but I've been to the store twice this week. Well, I went at the weekend and I called in yesterday for a few odds and ends. And both times, I think Colorado was very expensive. Both times I've spent over $100. Ridiculous. And those times I've popped into the store, I haven't even planned meals. I haven't even bought meat. Don't ask me what we buy. So, to me, if this stops me from going to the grocery store and I've got some really fresh ingredients to make some wonderful meals, and I think I might try to get online and order the other things from, say, Walmart or another grocery store that delivers every week. So like for your fresh, you know, your milk or your toiletries, anything I need, I might be able to eliminate going to the store for a few weeks, because I think that would actually save me money. Anyway, that's the other thing. Let me know if you've tried one, or if you haven't and you like the idea of that, go check it out. Or just search other ones. It depends on where you live, but they do actually deliver to, you know, places in Colorado, so I'm going to give it a try. What I was going to say was, you can go online and say, skip the next week. Don't send me anything because you might be out of town, or you just, you know, you might have other plans, you might have people over, you're going to make your own meals. So you can go on there, say skip this week, so they won't ship you anything and they won't charge you anything. I'm not sure how often you can do that, or if you find that you don't want to carry on, you simply just cancel, and you wouldn't have to keep telling them to skip deliveries either. You just cancel and they won't you know, charge you anything or send you anything. But I can't wait to get them. I think it's going to be next Thursday I get my first box full. And I opted for that because I am going to be out of town as of Sunday this week for a few days. Alright, I'll tell you about that in a little bit if I remember. Moving on to the last bit of my podcast, and that is fitness. I'm going to call it fitness. It's a lot about Beachbody, which, as a lot of you will know by now, I have, you know, become a Beachbody coach, and I am going to make it. I'm going to work at this as a business, and that's not initially what I wanted to do it as, but I do feel good about combining both. And when I say combining both, I mean combining this as a business for me, and combining it with a complete new lifestyle change, you know, eating better, and a fitness program for me. So becoming a coach, I think really I guaranteed myself that I wouldn't fall off the wagon, so to speak. I'd keep myself accountable, and I think so far it's working. So fitness this week, we just started yesterday, super excited. We started another free clean eating challenge. I'm going to do these every month, as I've mentioned before, but I'm mentioning again in case you're watching for the first time. We're going to do a free clean eating challenge every month, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the same. I need to make it either the first Monday or the second Monday of every month. I haven't decided yet, but we did kick off yesterday with is it the second one or the third one? I've lost track already. We have 29 people in that group, guys. 29 of you. So I know a lot of you watch this podcast. There's a lot of you are knitters, which I think is fabulous. Because if I can get you up and moving, you know, in between you sitting down and knitting, I'm going to feel good about myself if I can get you to feel good about yourself. But the Clean Eating Challenge is not necessarily starting workouts. Obviously that is beneficial, and we, you know, I'm trying to encourage you to try 30 minutes a day. That's all you need to do. And it is for 5 days, cut out processed food and eat real food, what we call clean food. So I think the first group I limited to a certain amount so that, you know, it was a smaller group. But I've let anybody join, and as I said, we're up to 29 people, because some of you don't necessarily post all the time, and that's okay. Some of you are motivated by just checking in. It's a Facebook private group, and those that joined are not necessarily going to post every day. I do encourage you to, but if you don't want to, that's fine. Sometimes it's just motivation enough to look at other people's posts or see, you know, their lunch, they've taken pictures and posted, or breakfast, things like that. But it's rather chatty in there. Yesterday and today is quite chatty, and I'm loving it. So I like to respond to everybody's posts as well. It's just fabulous. So that is a free challenge every month. So if you didn't get in on this month, you know, you'll be able to do it next month if you want. We are heading into the holidays, and I know most people are not interested in eating good food, clean food. They're not interested in working out. It's going to get busy. They're going to say, I don't have time, which is what most people will say. Because I'm doing this now, and I am a coach, I'm going to make time. That's why I did this. That's why I became a coach and wanted to make this a business. If I didn't, I would totally quit as well. From now until January, I'd be back in January, gain 10 pounds, feel sluggish and tired, and start. But I'm not going to let that happen this year. And I'm going to try and encourage you guys to get on my bandwagon, or ask me for information about how to start your fitness program or your fitness journey. And you can either join a Clean Eating Challenge for free, or you can get more information and join a longer challenge. It's normally 21 days because we base it on the 21-day fix program, where you learn portion control as well. You get the DVDs for 30-minute workouts. You can do that. You can ask me for more information on it. But what I was going to say, let's see. Oh yeah, so because it is a business, I will talk about it here a little bit at the end of each podcast. I am sharing a lot more on Facebook, not just about it being a business, but I'm just sharing my journey, as I said, in the hopes that it motivates other people to start one. You don't have to make it a business, you don't have to become a coach, but if you want to start with Beachbody products and the Shakeology that I drink, then it is worthwhile signing and buying that as a coach, because you get a great discount, 25% discount on your products. So ask me anything you want to know about it. You know, as I said, it's going to be my business. I want to share it, but I don't want to just focus on that. I want to focus on the main thing is helping others and keeping myself accountable at the same time. But that's what's driving me. That's my passion right now, is to just motivate other people to get on this journey. Like I often call it, it's an 80-20. I'm not eating clean food every single day. I was. For the 21-day fix, I followed that to a T. I used the containers for portions, and I didn't stray from it. And I lost 5 pounds in 3 weeks. I don't really have much to lose. So that was okay. I didn't need to lose more. You can lose up to 15 pounds in those 3 weeks. If you start working out and you start eating what it tells you to eat, and you drink the Shakeology, which will help you not crave you know, your junk food or sugar or anything like that, you can lose up to 15 pounds. After the 3 weeks, I started, as I mentioned before, I started having a Kit Kat with my coffee in the morning, but that was it, and the rest of the meals were fine. I still stuck with good meals, you know, fresh vegetables and lean proteins. And over time, I'm not even using the containers very often because I've trained myself to know what my portions look like. So it's a learning experience, but it's only been 2 months or, let's see, August, July. Yeah, I'm going into my 3rd month, and already I feel quite well educated about what I need to put on my plate and what size those plates should be. And I just feel great about it. Honestly, I feel fabulous. And I must tell you this. Remember months ago I kept saying when I was tired and sluggish, I couldn't even get up the stairs, you know, walk up the stairs without being out of breath. Totally gone. I walk upstairs, breathing the same. In fact, I could run upstairs and not be out of breath. I don't know if I could run upstairs twice, but I can certainly run upstairs once and not be out of breath. So I feel great. Anyway, I think I need to wrap that up. Oh, I will just mention, I am going into, as I said, there will be another clean eating challenge, but I'm going to set the 21-day challenge, or I'm actually going to offer a 3-day challenge, but really it can be for the month as well, because what I'm going to try and do, and I mentioned this on Facebook, come November the 2nd, that's the first Monday in November, I am going to do the Beachbody 3-day refresh. And the reason I'm going to do that, as I said, I don't have a lot of weight to lose. I don't want to lose any more right now, but it's my birthday month, as I've just mentioned. So there will be some celebrations and there may be cake involved. Plus I'm going away for a few days where I may be indulging in some other treats with friends, that kind of thing. I think by the time, and then of course there's Halloween, and Kristen will be bringing candy into the house. I think by November 2nd I'll need to get back on track with good eating, because I'm not going to kid myself, I'm sure I'll fall off, I'm not perfect. But I'm going to get back on track with this, and it's for 3 days, and then after that I continue with good eating and boo, and the Shakeology drink. So if anybody wants to do this with me, I'm looking for 3 friends, just three of you. If I can encourage 3 people each month, then I'm good to go. But this is what you get when you order the 3-day refresh. You get packets of Shakeology, and you get packets of a fibre drink. You get the booklet that tells you, because you do still eat food during these 3 days, but you'll get all of the information in it. And I like to prove to myself that I can be strict, and I do have, off my iPad, silly, I do have the willpower to set out and do something I tell myself I'm going to do. I never used to have, but, so, you might see information about that. I'm either going to give you those that want to join me, you have a choice. You can buy the 3-day refresh with the Shakeology and keep using that for the month, or you can buy a program with the Shakeology and start the 21-day fix, or the PiYo, the Pilates and yoga, which I've just ordered because it's fabulous. You can do something like that. The reason I'm offering this one is because the season, as I said, the holidays are coming, people get really busy. The last thing you want to do is think about working out. And I understand that. But if you still want to lose or drop a few pounds and, just have some motivation to start eating some good food and continue that through the holidays with treats, it's going to set you up come January. You'll just roll through that and continue with this great habit that you have formed, because that's what it's all about. Definitely the 21 days is forming a new habit, which is workouts every day, 30 minutes, that's all it is. You can do more. I do more. I went to body pump last night, and I did my workout in the morning, and I find I want to do more. I just want to try new classes. I just want to still feel active. I'm sleeping. I don't even wake up during the night. I just sleep so well because I've worked myself. Anyway, there I go again, waffling too long. I just like to try and make this 5 minutes at the end of the show, but you know, never mind. If you've switched off by now, so be it. If you're still here with me, thank you for listening. As I said, I'll wrap it up there. There's little Missy Moo on her perch. Boo Boo had just got a groom yesterday. I don't know if he'll come up here. Boo Boo, are you going to come up? No? He's all shaved and short-haired. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed sitting down with me. I've really enjoyed chatting to you, as I always do. Over the coming weeks, hopefully I'll try and have more to show you. Check out some of the things, bullet journaling, the Green Chef. Tell me about things like that if you've used it or if you're interested in it, and tell me what your thoughts are on it. Share in the group, because I love when we get chatty over there. I will try to get in there and respond, because I'm getting a bit bad at that as well. But I wish you all a fabulous week, and I hope you come back next week and join me in the knitting den, or the week after. Might be the week after. We'll see. Bye guys. Have a great week.